We're not going to use that original Sinful Spoils. We're not going to use the Wanted. We are going to finish. All right, guys, we're going to be jumping on into another amazing replay using the new cards, guys. It's actually incredible to show you the new Sinful Spoils monsters. Now, for the people that do not know, the Sinful Spoils engine is an engine that just came out in the TCG completely. And Master Duel also has it. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Promethean Princess and the Sinful Spoils cards work in conjunction. But now since we're here, you guys get to see the Sinful Spoils deck in Master Duel, which should be different than its TCG counterpart. This time around, Neil Caffrey opens not one of the best hands in the world, but we're going to see how this deck combos. He starts off by activating Magician's Souls, sending Diabellstar the Dark Witch because it is a level 7 spellcaster, and then uses Wear Off Thou to get Snake Eyes Poplar. Since Poplar was added to the hand, it can summon itself to the side of the field and use its effect to be able to get the original Sinful Spoils. We then turn Snake Eyes Poplar into a Link. That's going to be our Link Karibo, and that will trigger the effect of Poplar to put it in the Spell and Trap card zone. We'll activate our Snake Eye, sending the Link Karibo to the graveyard to summon Snake Eye Ash, and now Snake Eye Ash to be able to get Snake Eyes Birch. Cool. So now we get to summon Snake Eyes Birch. We'll normal summon the Jet Synchron, and we'll be able to do some Synchro Summoning. 1+1 is a Formula Synchron to our side of the field. We're going to get a little bit of cards back. Formula Synchron allows us to draw an Imperm. Snake Eyes Ash sends the Populace and itself to the graveyard for a Flame Urge. And Flame Urge puts the Diabellstar back into the Spell and Trap card zone. That's crazy. We'll explain that later. Now we're going to use Formula Synchron and our Flame Urge for a Synchro Summon. We're going to make a copy of Burrow on the Floor here, which will then trigger the effect of our Flame Urge. It can summon any 2 level 1 fire monsters back to our side of the field. We'll summon Jet Synchron, use Magician Souls to send the Dark Witch, then activate the Wanted to get the Dark Witch back. From there, we'll use our Wanted to be able to place the Sinful Spoils to bottom our deck and draw a card. We'll then Synchro Summon with Poplar, or Link Summon with Poplar and Jet Synchron. We're going to make Sunlight Wolf. Here's the recursion part. We then use Link Karibo to tribute off our Magician Souls under the Sunlight Wolf, using the effect of our Sunlight Wolf to get Flame Urge. And now we'll Link Summon again. We are going to make the Decode Talker Heat Soul, using its effect to pay 1,000 life points to draw an additional card, sending the Flame Urge to the graveyard for Diabellstar the Dark Witch. Diabellstar the Dark Witch will set another Wanted. Jet Synchron will discard the Sinful Spoils to summon itself, and now we'll Synchro Summon with the Diabellstar and the Jet Synchron. Oh, we're linking into IP Masquerena. You know, that actually wouldn't have been the worst time to summon Borreload Savage Dragon and equip the Solomon Great Sunlight Wolf, but the IP Masquerena is also a play. We'll then set 3 cards face down, guys. That particular hand, at one point in time, we only had 2 cards in our hand, then we wound up with 5 cards, 6 cards in our hand. Now we have a board like this. Decode Talker Heat Soul allows us to draw cards. IP Masquerena for a free Link Summon. Put on the floor for a negate. Crossout, Imperm, Wanted, Cold by the Grave, and a Max B, boys! You guys know how I feel about Max B. It's the best card in the game. Everybody needs to open it. When you do stuff like this, I don't think that this is going to be a very long game. Our opponent's going to start off with Wannabe. Oh, Maxie's not even tripping. We'll take 2,000 damage from Wear Off Thou. The Wannabe will get their Trick Star. We'll pay an additional 1,000 life points for our Decode Talker Heat Soul. And now they'll use Trap Trick. All right. So we'll banish a domain to set a domain. We'll add the Diabellstar with our Wanted. Decode Talker will get us another card, so we have plenty of opportunities. They'll then start off with activating Misk, which will promptly Call by the Grave, because we drew all the answers. Dinomorphia Domain then gets activated, which we Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. Yes. The Ash Blossom, guys. I mean, to be honest, I would say that this is like not a rendition of what this deck does, but it really does only play engine cards and then a lot of hand traps. So like, it's pretty much this. They'll then Link Summon into Sussy Code on the main phase, targeting the Decode, and that puts it back to us. All right. We're going to start here by using the Sussy code to banish an IP Masquerena to destroy his Dynamorphia alert. Then he'll use his effect again to destroy a Brute. Then Baron de Fleur will attempt to destroy a card. We're going to use Infinite Impermanence, which he'll then cross out Designator, which will Solemn Judgment. Yeah, he knew the game was over, guys. He knew exactly that game was over. It's unfortunately is what it is. 2,000 life points left. We'll summon the Diabell Star, the Dark Witch, and finish this game. We're not going to use that original Sinful Spoils. We're not going to use the Wanted. We are going to finish.
A few minutes later.
We then summon off another Jet Synchron and then Synchro summon for 8. We make the Borreload Savage Dragon, then use Borreload to be able to equip. And now we go into battle phase and use Access Code Talker to go for game. That is pretty much the new Tier 0 deck in Master Duel. The Sinful Spoils engine is crazy, but more importantly, it's such a small and consistent engine, it can be used to make boards like this, spewing out ridiculous monsters pretty easily. I think I have one more replay for this deck. Let me show you something else. Alright guys, so Celtic is actually going to be showing us what it's like to play against one of the top decks. This time around, he drew Super Heavy Samurai, but this doesn't seem like the Super Heavy Samurai. Regardless, he does have Prodigy and a Lava Golem here. He's going second. Our opponent will start off with Wanted to be able to get the Diabell Star, the Black Witch. And then they'll discard, hold on. They'll discard Lyrilla Celestine Wagtail? Will this be what Diabell Star becomes? They'll then use Black Witch to be able to get their Sinful Spoils. Activating their Sinful Spoils, they'll send their Black Witch to the graveyard to be able to summon Ash. And this seems like the normal combo line. Ash gets Poplar. Poplar then summons itself. Ash then sends Poplar and itself to the graveyard for Oak. Oak targets Ash and Poplar targets Poplar. Interesting line. He gets back the Ash. Then Oak sends itself into the graveyard to be able to get Flame Verge. Now we'll use Wanted to be able to get back our original Sinful Spoils to draw a card. Flame Verge gets back Poplar, and then we'll Link Summon. We're going to return those two monsters into IP Masquerena. No Solomon Great Sunlight Wolf. But Flame Verge will bring back Snake Eye Ash and our Oak. We'll then activate Lyrillus Beryl Canary. It's discarded a monster to summon. That's kind of crazy. Beryl Canary will summon Celestine Wagtail. Wagtail gets them Lyrilusk Bird Call. So as you can see, this deck is a decent Lyrilusk deck too. We then Exceed summon into Recital Starling using its effect, giving IP a little bit of attack and allowing us to be able to search a Cobalt Sparrow. We then can activate Bird Call to be able to get another Sapphire spell, so Cobalt Sparrow can then summon itself, then use its effect to be able to add a Turquoise Warbler. Now we Exceed summon into another Lyrilusk monster. We're going to make another Recital Starling. So now we'll give the IP Masquerena more attack. It's 2,000. She's a chunky girl. We get another Beryl Canary. Use both of our Recital Starlings for an Exceed summon. There goes our Utopic Future. And now since we have Utopic Future on the field, we can make Utopic Draco Future. Huh. Are we going any further? Yes. Sapphire Swallow. Summon the Warbler. Warbler. Summon the Cobalt. All 4 monsters. No Appaloosa. Oh, S and Blue Robin. All right. I was expecting, not going to lie, I was expecting the Appaloosa. But this card is 2,000 attack, and then when our opponent special summons a monster, we can detach one card, return that special summon monster to the hand. Okay. Then it gets Beryl Canary to be able to attach, so it's even choky. We'll set a card face down and pass our turn. It also can't be targeted. But unfortunately for them, we got a Lava Golem here. They'll get their Warbler back to be able to play on the Crackback. Then we'll activate our Prodigy Wukashi. Then we'll get our Big Binky. summon out a bait ball to synchro summon. Hold on. Celti's kind of cooking. We make Susanoo, which allows us to take their bird call. Then we're going to activate Benki to be able to get their Samurai Sega. Samurai Sega equips and then can special summon, and now we have a Synchro 8 if we choose. We'll equip the Soul Piercer and then Synchro for 8. We're going to make Super Heavy Samurai Commander. Soul Piercer will add, and now the Wukashi will place itself in a Pendulum Scale. We have not Pendulum summoned just yet. Soul Piercer adds the Super Heavy Samurai Soul Bane Cannon. Never heard of that card. We'll use its effect to... We'll equip, then use it for a link into Scarecrow. Scarecrow discards to be able to target the Soul Piercer. Fist then targets our commander, and we Synchro Summon again. But why do we get rid of our Susanoo? We'll make Ogre Shoten Doji. Yo, are we cooking him? Whoa. Super Polymerization. I'm sick, chat. The Super Poly fuses our 2 Earth monsters, and this deck does have the room to be able to play cards like that if you make for it. He summons the Garua. We lose our monster, get a big Benki. Shoten Doji does destroy all spells and trap cards, but Popular puts the Flame Beard right back. Big Benkei then sends a monster to summon itself. Then we'll go into battle phase using our monster to summon out, using our Big Benkei to attack. We'll attack over the Garua, and then the cannon activates its effect. Okay, I don't think it was a good idea to use that there to stop the draw, but we'll then attack with Big Benkei, putting our opponent down 3,000 life points, and now we get the Pendulum summon. We'll summon out our battle guy. I don't think he really does anything here, but we got some choky monsters in defense. Our opponent starts off with the Wanted Engine. They add the Diabell Star back to their hand. They'll then send to be able to summon Diabell Star the Black Witch to the field. Using its effect alongside a Flame Beard, it can summon 2 level 1 monsters from the graveyard. That's going to be Snake Eye Ash and Birch. We're in trouble, guys. He'll also get the original Sinful spoils. Snake Eye Ash and Birch will both activate their effect. They allow us to get level 1 monsters back into our hand. We're going to summon out the Popular, then add another Popular to our hand, activating Popular's effect to summon itself, then activating our original Sinful Spoils to summon another Snake Eye Ash. Popular places itself into the Spell and Trap card zone, and now Wanted will banish to be able to get our original Sinful Spoils. And now since we can summon enough monsters, we can link for 5. We make the Underworld Goddess, which negates our opponent's all of our monster effects. Barrel Canary into Wagtail. Wagtail to get another Bird Call. Bird Call to be able to add a Sapphire Swallow. We'll summon Sapphire Swallow, and I know for a fact this deck does not need to summon huge monsters to win the game. It has other ways to literally win. Not sure if he's going to do it yet, because he's using all 5 of his monsters for an XE summon into a Symbol Nightingale. Oh, he is doing it. He then uses Sapphire Swallow to summon itself alongside of the Ash. Then use all 3 of those monsters for an XE summon to another Nightingale. He'll then attach another card as material, go into battle phase. Our monsters are negated, and he can attack directly for as many materials. He doesn't care about the monsters that we have on our field, guys. This Sinful Spoil deck is crazy. Of course, this version is really, really wild, and I have the deck profile to show you. Okay, big dogs, this was his build. There is 2 Cobalt Sparrow, 2 Sapphire Swallow, 3 Warbler, 2 Canary, 1 Wagtail, 3 Karakara. Oh, he was cooking us because this is searchable by Snake Eyes Ash. 2 Popular, 3 Maxi, 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Diabell Star the Dark Witch, 1 Flamebeard, 1 Oak. Then he also is playing the spell card Original Sinful Spoils, 3 Where Art Thou, which works in perfect combination with all of his Lyrilusk monsters, but also Popular in his other level ones. 3 Bird Call, 3 Sinful Spoils, 2 Super Polymerization, 2 Red Reboot. This man's a whole demon out here. Now we have Mud Dragon of the Swamp, Karua, Utopic Draco, Future, and Utopic. 3 Recital Starling, 2 of the Assembled Nightingale. You saw it go for game. 3 SM Blue Robin, 1 Zeus, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Underworld Goddess. This deck is completely crazy, guys, and I got to commend my man's Open Up the Satchels for showing us how crazy this deck is, or Celtic Guardian, my apologies, for showing us how powerful this deck is. Of course, if you want to see more amazing content, you already know what to do.